So number 2 given 4x plus y equals -3. And then the next one was that 2x, I'm sorry, 3x plus 2y equals -1. So that's the next one. Again, we'll rewrite in matrix form. And we know the matrix form is AX equals B. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So that's gonna be 4, 1, 3, 2 times XY equals -3, -1. So that's A. B is gonna be using inverse method. A to the -1 is equal to 1 over AD minus BC times D, -B, -C, A. All right. So A to the -1 is going to be, remember, A, B, C, D. So A is 4, so 1 over, oh Lord. I'm telling you, I don't like when this machine acts up. It acts up crazy for no reason. All right, sorry about that. All right, so it's gonna be 1 over D. A is 4 and D is 2 minus 1 times 3. And then here I'm gonna start with 2. The 1 is positive, so it will become -1. The 3 is positive, so it becomes -3. And the 4 goes down there. So it goes from the top to the bottom. So 8 to the -1 equals 1 over 8 minus 3 times 2, -1, -3, 4. So that's going to be 8 to the -1 is equal to 1/5 times 2, -1, -3, 4. All right, and that is where I need it to be so that I am able to solve the problem. Okay? Oh, I wrote big at the beginning. Yeah? Questions, guys? So this is A and B. This is what we started the week with on Monday and Tuesday. Now we're going to go into C, but I want to ensure that you have A and B down first before I decide to move on. Okay? I'm sorry. Guys, so we need a minute or two.
No, sir.
All right, let's look at C then. I want to make it larger so that it fits. So we said that for C, the first thing we see is multiply both sides by a to the -1. So we get x is equal to a to the -1b, which is going to be xy equals 1/5, 2, -1, -3, 4 times -3, -1. Again, we're going to need to do matrix multiplication, which is row by column. So I'm going to start here. Xy is equal to 1/5. Ah, Jesus. To 1/5, 2 times -3 plus a -1 times -1, row by column, and then -3 times -3 plus 4 times -1, right? Which will give me xy equals 1/5 times, well, 2 times -3, that's -6. Negative times a negative is a positive, so +1. Negative times a negative, that's gonna be a +9. And 4 times -1, that's gonna be negative, craziness. That'll be -4, right? Which will give me xy is equal to 1/5 times -5, because 1 minus 6 is -5, and 1/5 times +5, because 9 minus 4 is 5. So it means that xy will be equal to -1, 1. So therefore, x is -1 when y, or yeah, x is -1 and y is +1. All right. But of course, remember, we still have a check to do. All right. We still have a check to do for this section. Okay. Still have a check to do for this section. Questions, guys?
So what are the rules for this? So this don't got rules?
Yes, of course it has its rules. That's why we broke it up into pieces. A has its formula, B has its formula, and C has its formula. That's what those are. Those aren't just letters floating around there. That's actually their formula. All right. How are you coming along, guys, so that we can look at the check?
Wrong. Please try again.
Guys, can we move on to the check?
Sir, yes, sir.
We have to wait for you, you know, because what if I start and then I lost you?
Oh, sir, I'm going to tell you, yes, long time what to look like. You never make here.
I didn't hear you, darling. I heard somebody's credit done or something like that. But check will substitute
Oh.
one for X and one for Y. And let's choose one of the formulas. Last time we chose the one at the bottom. Let's choose the same one at the bottom because it has a lot of numbers, so maybe you get intimidated. So 3x plus 2y, and we need to get that fixed. So 3x plus 2y equals -1. So we need you to stop. Don't, because you see a lot of numbers, you get frightened. So this says 3 times -1 plus 2 times a +1 equals -1, which will be -3 plus 2 equals -1. Remember, even though it's like that, you read it as 2 minus 3 equals -1, which will be -1 equals -1. So the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. So it means you are correct.